Hi, I'm Aly Dosdall for We Are Memory Keepers, and today I want to share with you a project using my favorite new tool, the foil quill. This tool has taken the industry by storm and is super popular. It allows you to use your own cutting machine and turn it into a foiling machine. We're going to make this cute card today, and what I wanted to show you is that you can use the foiling feature on your machine and also your cutting feature to make beautiful projects. So let's get started. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to cut me a piece of foil that's about 5 by 7 inches. And my favorite way to do that is to use one of our cutting mats, a magnetic ruler, and the mini rotary tool. And all I do is line it up however big I want it to be on the measurements there, and then just pull this back. So on my software, I've already got my design set on the mat, so I know exactly where to place my foil so that it covers where the design will go. Now, one tip is I try to make sure that my foil doesn't come in contact with my sticky cutting mat, because it will come off on your mat, but it's not a problem. You can always scrub it off with a scrub brush. And then I'm going to place my placement tape down, and I love this tape because it's just the right amount of tacky, that it's not going to tear up your paper, but it's going to hold that foil down in place for you. And it's a nice width too, so that it holds your foil securely and it won't slip around. So once I've got that down, I'm going to go back to my software, and what I've done is I've separated the files so that I have a separate foiling file and a separate cutting file. So we're going to start with the foiling. And what I'm using is I'm using this design drive by Paige Evans, and I've got 2 designs I'm using from this particular drive, one for foiling and one for cutting. So these are all SVG files which you can use for either cutting or foiling, which is really handy. So I'm going to go ahead and load my mat into my machine. I've already heated up my foil quill pen. This is the standard tip. And I'm using our power bank. This is an amazing power bank. It's also my favorite. I use it for traveling when I want to charge my phone. I use it for my foil quill. I use it for all kinds of things. And it has plenty of power to keep that foil quill running for hours. So I'm ready to go now, and I'm just going to click send to start the foiling process, and we'll watch the magic happen. Okay, so that went ahead and finished foiling, and I am not going to unload my mat from the machine. I'm going to keep it in there so that I can send it back in and cut. But I'm just going to remove my foil, and I've purposefully placed my design down here on the bottom portion of my page so that I can do that. So let's see how it looks. Oh my goodness, that is gorgeous. Look at that foil. And that frame, isn't that beautiful? That's from the Paige Evans drive. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to send it back in, and I've got a cut file from the same design drive from Paige Evans that's going to cut right in the middle. The word's beautiful. So now I'm going to select the cutting file and deselect the foiling file. So it's only going to cut this time, and it's going to use the blade instead of the foil quill. So let's send that over, and we'll allow that to cut. All right, that's finished cutting. It's going to pop it out, and if you've noticed, I also had it cut just a rectangle around the card, so I can cut that right out of my cardstock, and it's ready to go. So I've already taken some of the letters out, and I'm using my 3-in-1 weeding tool from We Are Memory Keepers to help me get these letters out. So I'm going to peel up the card and show you just how easy it is to use this tool to weed out the center cuts. All right, so now that's ready, and I've got my card base here. I put some foam squares down just to give it a little bit of dimension. I'm going to kind of just manipulate that paper a little bit to get it more flat as it sits on the card, and then we're going to center that. And look how beautiful that is. And what I'm going to do is just add a few holographic gems from American Crafts to the corners to add a little extra sparkle and some finishing details. But you really don't need a whole lot with this foiling and these beautiful designs and the die cutting in the center. That can really be the focal point of your card, and you don't need a whole lot more. And that's what I love about foil quill. So there we go. Look how easy it is to combine the foiling with the foil quill and cutting with your electronic cutting machine. Thanks for joining me. I'm Aly Dosdall for We Are Memory Keepers.